Hello world, hello television fans. I don't actually watch much television. I used to, but then again I used to do lots of things that I don't do anymore. I'm trying to be a bit more awakened and mentally and physically healthy nowadays. But even I know that Game of Thrones is a big thing. I've seen a couple of episodes of Game of Thrones and I was really put off by the graphic sex and violence. It's not the kind of thing that I can watch. It's just too much, too gratuitous. But there was a show on ITV called Beowulf, and I watched a couple of episodes on. Because I've had a couple of days off work. I watched a couple of episodes on the box sets thing, just because I wanted to dip back into TV and see what's going on. So I watched all 12 episodes. It's called Beowulf Return to Shieldlands. Yeah, that was what it's called. Beowulf Return to Shieldlands, which isn't a very good name really. I watched all 12 of them, and my reaction, it was a right neoliberal cuckfest. It was Game of Thrones without the sex, without the violence, on a really, really low budget with bad actors. It was the most multiracial, tolerant, tame version of ancient Scandinavian mythology that you could ever possibly hope or not hope to see. It was quite unbelievable. If I just go on to The Guardian, which is, I hate The Guardian. If you read The Guardian, you know, friend of mine, you're a collectivist twat. But anyway, The Guardian website, there's a story here. ITV set to axe Beowulf after just one series. I'm surprised it lasted that entire series. I was laughing so much I just kept on watching. It's so funny. Here we go. The fantasy drama show pitched as Game of Thrones but without the sex and violence is drawing audience far smaller than hoped for. Beowulf, ITV, 17 million. 17 million? It looks like it cost about a tenner to make. It's, oh man, the sets are so small. There's about 10 extras, you know, playing the role of the Viking army, and oh my god, it's ridiculous. Their entire civilization is invaded by about 4 people. They couldn't even afford extras. It's unbelievable. If I go to the comment section on this article, and the comment sections are always the best thing, and by far away the best thing about the Guardian websites. You're not going to get the news from the Guardian. But the comments, they've got them open on this. They close it with it's anything controversial. And check out these comments. Alright. Bland programming for a bland target audience. The characters in Beowulf are incredibly polite, dark age Saxon warriors who don't swear and respect other cultures. They are very respectful to other cultures. They respect women's rights mostly and have excellent hair care products. There's an occasional bloodless kiss and the odd bit of unsexy violence where nobody really seems to get hurt and people lie down gently when they're hit with a battle axe. Then some trolls appear. Then the most realistic bits of it. The trolls are not very realistic, so the CGI is really bad as well. But the guys write about people lying down gently when they get hit by an axe. There's no blood. People, you see the extras in the background fighting during the battle scenes, and they're like this, with their axes. There's no intensity about it. There's no threat. It's absolutely ridiculous. So if you're pure comedy value, Beowulf on Beowulf Return to Shieldlands on box sets is worth watching. But I just want to say something about the cuck neoliberal nature about it. One of the main characters in the show is a blacksmith. Right? When you think of blacksmith, what do you think of? Right? Someone who looks like me, yeah. Some beefy bloke with a big beard. With a hammer, right? Remember, this is a neoliberal tolerant version of Saxon England or Scandinavia, and the blacksmith is an 8-stone Indian teenage girl. And she, as the series progresses, she wants to be a warrior at the beginning, but she's not very good, so she trains. So she's better than the Mary Sue character in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. But you know that as the series progresses, she's going to be the biggest badass in the show, and she is. And near the end of the series, she's actually fighting in a shield wall. This tiny little girl with a shield, as Vikings race at her, that she's all that 8 stone of muscle. She's deflecting all the blows from the Viking warriors. It's absolutely hilarious. And the main character of the show, Beowulf himself, he looks like a farmer. He looks like he looks like the bloke did my garden a few weeks ago. He's not particularly handsome. He's not particularly charismatic. He's not particularly muscular. He's not going to take his top off and show off his six-pack, because nobody would want to see this bloke with his top off. He'd have a big beer gut. You know, it wouldn't be good. So this Beowulf really is the show's called Beowulf, but it's not about him. He's like a mercenary really. He does what he's told, and the people who are telling him what to do are the women. The women are in charge. The show begins with the old patriarch, the king, dying, and his wife takes over. And the rest of the show, she's basically pushing globalism on the entire Shieldlands. But she's portrayed as a hero. So she's going around to all the other tribes saying, you have to obey my laws. And you have to obey my laws because it's going to be for the best of society, or make sure no wars happen in the future. So it's got this David Cameron message going through the entire show, that globalism is good and one set of rules is good. It's like Lord of the Rings. But in Lord of the Rings, where you've got one ring that binds us all, that's what the bad guys are doing, right? But in Beowulf, Return to the Shieldlands, the bad guys are portrayed as the good guys, which is, it kind of makes sense because it's 2016, and in the real world, the bad guys are portrayed as the good guys on the mainstream. But it's a total headfuck, and it's really, really, really weird and totally bizarre. But yeah, you've got to check out Beowulf Return to Shieldlands just because of the globalism message. The way that men are portrayed as total cucks, or women are in charge, and it's just, the entire thing is madness, and it's completely hilarious. So you have to check it out. I'll leave a link to it down below. If you live in England, you have it on your box sets if you've got Sky. Watch it, it's fucking hilarious. Okay, that's my review of Beowulf Return to Shieldlands, an absolute neoliberal Cuckfest riot. It's brilliant. Okay, thanks for checking me out. You got to see this TV show. It's absolutely priceless. Okay, take care everybody. I'll see you later. Goodbye.